Welcome back to another weekly predictions video. Now, last week, I went 11-4 and 1. I mean, not a bad record, but that and 1 really bugs me. So now my record's not going to be all nice and pretty and clean at the end of the season. There's going to be like an and 1. Like, that's I don't like it, man. Like, it's so ugly. I mean, the NFL needs to get rid of ties, honestly. Like, it is so ugly. But, I mean, it is what it is. 11-4 and 1 is still a pretty good record, in my opinion. That brings my season record to 31-15 and 1. So, I am currently doing really good. So, that's always a good thing. But let's just get into these predictions, these game picks. Starting off with the Thursday night football game that everyone has been waiting for, like since the schedule got announced. Denver Broncos at New York Jets. It is a tough one, but the Broncos are starting a no-name quarterback, and they're extremely hurt all across the board. So I am taking the Jets in this one. The Jets get their first win of the season, then go on a 13-game win streak and make the playoffs and win the Super Bowl. I'm just playing, but, yeah, whatever. Next game, the Arizona Cardinals versus the Carolina Panthers. Well, last week, the Cardinals lost to a not very good Lions team. And in my opinion, this Carolina Panthers team is better than that Lions team. Better coached, better, pretty much all across the board. So I think Carolina finds a way to beat Arizona, and they both get to 2-2 after 4 weeks. Next game, Jacksonville at Cincinnati. Last week, Jacksonville got completely embarrassed by Miami on Thursday. I don't know, man. I think Jacksonville, those first 2 games were just a fluke. I think they really are tanking, so I think Cincinnati gets their first win of the season. This one's an interesting one, man. Cleveland at Dallas. Cleveland has all the talent in the world. They've won 2 in a row. Dallas has all the talent in the world. They really should be 0-3 if it wasn't for the botched onside kick. I don't know where to go with this one, but I'm leaning towards Dallas because I think they're more talented and I think they have the slightly better coach. Not because I think Mike McCarthy's good. I actually think Mike McCarthy's trash, but Cleveland has like an inexperienced rookie coach. So yeah, I am going with Dallas. Next game, New Orleans at Detroit. I am taking New Orleans in this one. I think New Orleans easily gets it done, gets back on track, and gets to 2-2, and Detroit falls to 1-3. Fire Mike Patricia. Next game, Minnesota at Houston. I am going with Houston in this one. I think Houston gets back on track. I don't think Minnesota stands a chance. You can go watch my Texans versus Vikings prediction video for a more in-depth look at this game. But moving on, next game, Seattle at Miami. Seattle, Russell Wilson is the early season MVP. And I think he continues like his season against Miami, and the Seahawks take care of business and just destroy them. Next game, Tampa Bay versus the LA Chargers. I am taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in this one. I think they're a better team. They're playing really good football right now, and yeah, they're finally starting to get in sync. I mean, you saw it last week, the week before. Like the first week, it wasn't pretty, but after that, like, it's been pretty good. But I mean, to be fair, they have been beating up on bad teams, but yeah, the Chargers are a pretty bad team as well. So I think Tampa wins this one. Next game, Pittsburgh at Tennessee. This one's going to be moved to either Monday night or Tuesday night because the Titans are a very dirty team that, they don't wash their hands or anything like that. So they got the COVID, so they had to like postpone the game. And it's gonna be on Monday or Tuesday. But regardless, I am taking the Pittsburgh Steelers in a blowout. I think they match up very, very well against Tennessee Titans, and they will stop Derrick Henry, and they will make Ryan Tannehill throw the ball, and they will feast off them with interceptions. Next game, Baltimore at Washington. I think Baltimore destroys Washington. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's how I see it. Next game, Indianapolis at Chicago. I think Chicago beats Indianapolis. I feel like they're going to stop their run game, make Phillip Rivers throw a bunch of ducks that they're going to pick off, and, you know, Nick Foles will do just enough to win on the offensive side of the ball. Next game, New York Giants versus the LA Rams. I am taking the Rams in this one. Okay, let me ask you guys this question. Are the LA Rams back? I know they lost to Buffalo last week, but and they were losing bad, but then they came back, but then they lost at the end. Are the Rams back? This is not something I was anticipating. Like, I was not anticipating the Rams to, look like a good team again, but they actually look pretty good. So I am taking the Rams in this one. They're gonna be 3-1 after 4 games. Like, I was not expecting that. Next game, New England at Kansas City. I think Kansas City completely shreds New England. I don't think they stand a chance. Next game after that, Buffalo versus Vegas. I think Buffalo's defense is going to be too much for Vegas. I think Buffalo easily gets the win. Next game, Philly at San Francisco. It is a tough one to predict. Philly is playing absolute trash. San Francisco is extremely hurt. So, like, this was really a coin flip in my opinion. But, hey, if Philly couldn't beat the Bengals, I don't think they're going to beat a backup 49ers team, honestly. Like, I really don't see it. And now, for the next game, Atlanta at Green Bay, I'm taking Green Bay. Atlanta starts 0-4. I don't think they stand a chance. I think Green Bay is going to shred them. I am going, like, with a score of, like, 42-20. So, my little total score is going to be 62, and I'm gonna submit the tiebreaker. And yeah, I think Green Bay Packers have been playing good. I mean, I honestly thought Rodgers was done, but apparently not. Rodgers has came out this season on fire, and he's second behind Russell Wilson in the MVP race, in my opinion. But yeah, I think Green Bay easily wins this game. And you're probably wondering, Sticky, you predicted all the games instead of saving one for the game of the week. Well, this week I don't really think there's a game of the week. I mean you could say New England versus Kansas City, but I don't think New England's on par with Kansas City. I really don't. I mean, maybe the 3-0 Steelers versus the 3-0 Titans, but I think the Steelers are gonna, I think they're gonna destroy them. I think they match up very, very well. They have a very good run defense. I don't see another game on the schedule. Cleveland versus Dallas. I mean, a lot of people don't really care about that game either. So like this week there isn't a game of the week in my opinion. Like, there's just like a week where, just watch the games. I guess like all these games are like, you got some okay games, like I said, but like none of these games are like stand out must watch TV. Even though last week's game of the week, Baltimore versus Kansas City, ended up being a very, very big disappointment. Like, at least the Patriots and Seahawks game came down to the wire, so yeah. But like two of my games of the weeks have been blowouts. Because the first week I called the Buccaneers versus Saints the game of the week, and that one ended up being a blowout. And then this past week, I called the Chiefs versus Ravens game of the week, and that one ended up being a blowout too. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm going to stop calling games of the week, because more often than not, they end up being blowouts. But yeah, this week, there's no game of the week this week. But yeah, comment down below your predictions for the season. Comment down below how you're doing so far predicting the season. And yeah, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.